Kathy's Crafty Creations and DIYs. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I am tickled pink that you're here today. Today I have for you some outdoor patio / garden summer themed decor DIYs. And we have a giveaway to do today, which I'm super excited about. I'm going to give you the instructions on that a little bit later, and I'm doing a collab with my buddy Eileen. So let's talk about all that in a minute, but for right now, let's jump into these DIYs so you can see what I got for you.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. DIY number one, we're going to start off with a couple of these buckets that I got from the Dollar Tree. They actually look like big solo cups. I'm going to put a couple of these together and we're going to make a gorgeous plant stand. So I start off by laying one on top of the other, and then I just use my hot glue gun and put a pretty good amount of hot glue on there, and I just stuck one on top of the other. I start off with that white cotton rope, and the first 3 loops around I put glue on every single loop, and then I would go 2 loops without putting any glue, and then I would start putting my glue right back on again. You don't want to go too many times around without putting your glue because you run the risk of it just falling apart. I did not glue the rope to the bucket. Instead, I glued the rope to the rope. That way it would be more sturdy. And it actually kind of sandwiches that bucket in the middle of the rope. And I put down 4 of the white, and then I put down 3 of the brown jute. When I started this project, I had the intention of using 3 of these buckets. But as I was going up, it was getting kind of tedious. I was having to stand most of the time to do it. And I've had 4 back surgeries, and I've got a spinal cord stimulator implanted. And it was really starting to hurt. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do like a smaller version of the plant stand that I intended. So as I was getting closer to the top, you'll see that I take that top bucket off.
I've seen some of the other DIYers do these plant stands, but I haven't seen one like mine, and in a minute you're going to see why. In the end, I'm really glad that I only put 2 buckets on there because I think it turned out super cute.
So here I am getting a little bit closer to the top, and you would not believe how sturdy this thing actually is. By me gluing the rope to the rope, it like sandwiched the bucket inside, of course, and kept it very tight. It's very, very sturdy. And here I am completing the top. And when I finished, I used 7 of the white cotton, 3 of the brown jute. I was lucky enough to find one of these gorgeous, I guess it's like a cake stand at my Dollar Tree, and I just put that on the top. I took apple barrels colored called Deep Navy and mixed it with one of those mist tints that you get from Lowe's, the little sample sizes, and it was called Deep Sea Diving. It's like $1.25 for the mist tint, and it's a beautiful blue color. Look, I finally got lucky enough to get some of these small chippy brushes, and I'm going to distress this with my chiffon cream. I slowed this down so you could see how very delicately I barely touch when I am distressing. Like, I'm not pushing the brush by any means. I'm just dragging this brush very lightly, and it makes the most beautiful distressing. Anything that has edges or is beveled, or like this cake stand is, turns out gorgeous when you distress it. So I went around this and distressed the little loops there around the bottom part of it with my chiffon cream.
They distressed so beautifully. And speaking of that, those little small chippy brushes that everybody was looking for, they're back in stock, and I'm going to link them in my description box below.
Here's where the little change up comes in. In the back of my mind, I thought, oh my gosh, what if I fail at this? But then I was thinking, you know, what if I don't? It's going to be gorgeous. So here was my idea. I cut out 3 of these turtles out of a scarf, and I cut them down all the way to where there's nothing but the turtle. We're going to Mod Podge these babies on my plant stand. At first, I started to try to like lift it up and put the Mod Podge under there, but I realized I didn't have to do that. It was just an extra step. So after a while, what I did was just Mod Podged the turtle and just put the Mod Podge on the top of the turtle. Now, that rope is cotton. Well, mostly. Some of it's the brown jute. But this stuck beautifully. All I did was Mod Podged it. Like I said, put the Mod Podge on the top of the turtle. And as I was going, I went in a direction where I was kind of pushing that turtle into the material. And it turned out beautiful. I've got just a makeup sponge, and I've got these stencils that are from Amazon. I'll link them below in case you want them. Look how beautiful this turned out. Very simple. I'm going to use my handy dandy dryer, and then I'm going to Mod Podge this to seal it.
I also used that Loctite spray to spray on the jute so it would not unwind.
Yesterday I lost the battle, trying at all costs, oh, to keep you, baby. Oh, to keep you, baby. Now I hurt so bad. All I feel is sad that I lost you, baby. Oh, I lost you, baby. I said goodbye with tears inside, calling out your name as you shut the door behind you. And now I wonder, why won't you come back? Love me, hold me, need me, like the way you used to do, when it was just me and you. Don't go, I need you, I'll never mislead you. Give this love another chance. Take my hand and let me have this dance.
I hope everyone has had a great week so far. I've been busy still trying to get my she shed / craft studio going, so we've been really busy. Guys, I'm so proud of the way this turned out, and this is all Dollar Tree material. Can you believe that? It's so pretty. And with it being the smaller size, you can set it on top of a table and it looks great with the plant on it also.
DIY number 2 is going to be a table tray. I got this bamboo tray from Goodwill, and it had a couple little spots that needed to be repaired before I could do anything. And this is going to be a simple DIY. I've got my chiffon cream, and all I do is paint it. And I love the way that this looks when you paint it. Like right now, it is the original brown color of the wood. But when you paint it, it just like comes alive. It's just so pretty. So I painted the whole thing. I just gave it one coat. I didn't want it to have like a very full coverage. I wanted it to kind of look a little worn and weathered, but not too much. So I simply took one of those stencils, and it is an anchor, and I'm going to use that beautiful blue color that I have mixed up, and we're just going to put a little anchor in the middle. And then I'm going to go all around this tray with that blue color, and we're just going to distress it. So after I finish distressing it, I take some of the jute rope, and I'm just going to go around one loop all the way around the perimeter of my tray.
I'm using my big heavy duty glue gun for this. Oh, and by the way, they sent me a coupon for 10% off of this Monvict glue gun. I'm going to put it in the description box below just in case you guys want one. I love mine. I finish it off by burning off the little fuzzies, and here it is. Gorgeous. Also, all of my little trinkets and knickknacks on this tray came from Dollar General or the Dollar Tree. Also, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Come on and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you know every time I upload. DIY number 3, this is my favorite. I found this log at the Goodwill. I'm giving you little hearts, by the way, and being silly. I love this, absolutely love it. And this is going to be a super simple DIY. I just wanted to show you guys you can buy secondhand decor and just do something simple to it and make it, like I said, this is my favorite one. I've got some Waverly wax, and all I'm going to do is just rub it on and rub it right back off, and I'm putting it in each of those little holes. Now normally, you know, you put little tea lights in here. I wanted to flip out the light so I could show you how beautiful this is. Imagine this at nighttime on a table out by the pool or on your patio. It's gorgeous. But I got the bright idea that what I wanted to do was take the 2 middle lights out and instead put in 2 of these little succulents. Now the succulents that I used were the small ones that goes in the little things, that the little magnets that hang on your refrigerator. They're a smaller succulent. So I just put a couple of little rocks in there, and I put a few little rocks also under the light so that they would be a little bit higher. And it's very simple. I just took a seashell and I hot glued that seashell right on the front. And to be so easy, this is stunning, especially at nighttime. Now, if you don't want the succulents in there, you know, you can always just put the tea lights and have 4 lights, which is beautiful. Just a little light glow, just a small ambiance out at the pool at night is just beautiful. And you guys, you never know what you're going to find at Goodwill or a thrift store. And this decor is so gorgeous. It had a split in the log, which I love because it just made it look so old and rustic and just beautiful. It reminded me of like old driftwood, or like when you're at the beach, you know, and you have a fire lit on the beach. It's just beautiful. I'm curious to find out where you guys love to go to the beach at. My very favorite beach is in Destin, Florida. You know, it's close to home. It's only like a 6-hour drive from my house. And it's clean. The water's gorgeous. I just absolutely love it. So guys, let's talk about this gift card giveaway. I have a $25 Totally Dazzled gift card giveaway, and it's going to go to one lucky subscriber. I also have a roll of that bling wrap. If you want to get in on the giveaway, you have got to be a subscriber, and I do check. And you have to put the word bling in the comments. Once again, subscribe and the word bling. Today's video is in collab with the Harts DIY. Her name is Eileen, and she is awesome, guys. She did a fountain out of Dollar Tree, like a running fountain out of Dollar Tree material. She does a lot of Dollar Tree DIYs, a lot of farmhouse, rustic, boho. She does everything. I watched her for a while. She's been on YouTube for about a year. She's amazing. You guys have to go check her out, and I'm going to link her in the description box below. So when you finish watching me, please go watch her. Hers looks amazing.
Okay, this one's going to be really quick. I wouldn't even call this one a DIY. It's kind of a little bonus. I got this little fat, cute little bird at the Family Dollar for $1. And I wanted him to be a different blue color. So I used the blue that I had mixed up and I simply just distressed him. And I wanted to show you the difference in the color. He started off with a really light blue. And now he has that beautiful deep blue. Sometimes it doesn't take much, guys. You can buy something at the store that you're not really 100% satisfied with and make it something gorgeous. So now here goes our next DIY. I've had this life preserver for quite a while at my home. And I wanted to show you, you can just take something old, repurpose it, and make it something beautiful again. So I'm just cutting off all of the rope that's on it, and it had some seahorses on there, and I pulled them off. Not to worry, it did make spots on there, but we're just going to cover that right back up. You're never going to know. I used my beautiful blue paint that I had mixed up. That's that Deep Navy by Apple Barrel, and that one called Deep Sea Diving by Valspar. And I am going to put the blue on there, and then I used my chiffon cream, which that's the white part. I distressed it with mineral. This is going to be a super quick and easy DIY also. I went a little heavy on the distressing because it needed it. I have these wooden nautical pieces, I guess you could call them, that I purchased off of Amazon. I'll link them below, which is a fish. I just distressed him with that blue color and then kind of went over that with the mineral, just very simple, glued it on there. Then I took a couple of those seashells that come from the Dollar Tree, glued those on there. I took the little starfish and I actually just kind of distressed it with the chiffon cream. And when I say distressed, I just mean I didn't give it a full coat. I simply just distressed it. And then I went around the edges with my mineral, with my little new chippy brush. And glued a couple more of the seashells down there. And this DIY is done. We are quickly moving into DIY number 6, and we're going to make a beaded garland. I have that deep sea diving color and the navy. I mixed some more of that up, and I have got 35 beads. Usually what I do is just put a couple of my beads in the paint here, and I shake it, but it didn't work this time because the paint was too thick and I had too much paint in there. So what I did was just put them on a skewer and painted them. I did not give them a full coat. It's almost a full coat, but I kind of just did them like a distressing type motion. Like if you'll look, I'm just kind of going down the brush. So I did not get them perfect, so it's not even a full coat. I just kind of distressed them with that blue. And the reason why I did that, well, was because I didn't want to go over and paint every little section of these, but also because it doesn't look bad with a little bit of that natural brown color showing, because everything that's coastal and nautical is just kind of worn looking anyway. And it just makes me think of, you know, wood that's been at the beach. Like if you can see some of the wood showing through, it just looks like an old nautical, you know, themed decor. So I have this really thin jute rope from the Dollar Tree. That's what I like to make my garlands out of, just because it's so thin. I put a piece of tape down, and then I put all 35 of those beads on there. When I got them all on there, I simply tied the one end together, and then I have an anchor that I picked up at Walmart in their craft and like floral section. It's gorgeous. It was only like maybe $2, and it's already looks distressed and worn. It's white, and it's like got a lot of the wood showing. I just tied that on there, and then I took my chiffon cream, and I'm going to distress the blue part of the beads really well. And you can put a fork in it because this DIY is done and it is gorgeous. We are at the end, guys. We're at DIY number 7. This one is a flower vase, a watering can. It is made out of clay, and I purchased it at America's Thrift Store for like $2. I'm going to try that sand technique that people's been doing. If you watch my channel, you know I do a lot of where you mix the paint up with the baking soda. Well, since I do that so much, I wanted to give some texture to this, so I thought I'm going to try the sand. So all I did was just mixed a little bit of sand up in my blue paint that I had already mixed, and when I first started painting this, I realized that the sand wasn't coming off onto the watering can like I wanted it to. So what I had to do was dab it. Instead of like paint it like a painting motion, I'm dabbing it kind of really fast, though you can't really tell. And then in some areas I am painting it because I didn't want the whole thing covered with the sand. I only wanted it in certain little spots kind of here and there so it would be chunky and have a little bit of texture to it. I must say, whenever I was finished, this technique is okay, but I totally prefer my baking soda and paint. I love that way that looks. I love everything about it. And like I said, this is okay to do every once in a while. It worked great for a coastal and nautical theme because, I mean, hello, sand, but I probably won't be doing it a lot. So I gave it one good go over, and then after it was absolutely 100% dry, I picked it up and I wanted to show you guys the way that it looked. So I slowed this down so you can see. See, it kind of just has sand kind of here and there. And like I said, for a coastal and nautical theme out by the pool, it's going to work perfect, but it's not something that I would do a lot. I have a little whale, which is one of my little cutouts, the wood cutouts from Amazon. And I'm going to do, well, actually I painted him. I didn't distress him. I painted him with the chiffon cream, and then I distressed him with my mineral. I love the way stuff looks when you paint it with the chiffon cream and then you come back and distress it with mineral. This was really pretty and just very subtle. And I know whales aren't white, but I wanted him to show up, you know, with that blue background. So all I did was take and use my hot glue gun, and I stuck that whale right on the side of that watering can. Then I put some Dollar Tree flowers in the top, and I don't have the names of these flowers. These kind of look like little azalea bushes that come from the Dollar Tree, the white ones. And then I actually changed out these blue flowers and the eucalyptus. I did not put the eucalyptus in. I used the Walmart boxwood and then these other blue color ones that they look like fluffy daisies to me. But here's how it turned out, and I think it's gorgeous.
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees. Come to the mountain while taking in the view. You will find that life is greater than you knew. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight, I will fight.
Here on my channel, if you're new, I always ask my subscribers if anybody has anything they want to pray about. I will pray for you. Just leave it in the comments below or on my email. Also, don't forget to go to my Facebook page and put y'all's creations on there so we can see what everybody's doing and not just me. It's about all of us. And join me on Instagram.
So come to the water, you're sailing with the breeze.
This is always the part that I hate to see coming because it's the end of the video and I don't feel like I get to spend enough time with you guys. Hey, the other day I put out a Hobby Lobby haul. I just happened to be there when they were putting out their 75% spring clearance, and I got some pretty good deals. So you get to, you know, spend a little bit more time with me. I feel like that when I do things like that, that there's more time for me to get to spend with y'all. And I'm going to leave y'all with this little funny clip of Sabby. I had to show y'all. This is how this dog sits. He's so strange. And he always sits and stares at, I guess it's an invisible man. I have no idea. But if you ever see Sabby in the background, you'll notice him sitting in his, he looks like ready, set, go.
Oh, you're so funny. Yeah.
You guys didn't think I'd leave out Henrietta. Not a chance. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and put the word bling in so you can get in on that gift card giveaway. And please go to the Harts DIY and go see my friend Eileen. Love y'all.